Well, I have the fabulous Gail Marie with me. Now, she has something very, very interesting, very fascinating, but it is something that we probably have all tried or done all over the world. Am I not correct?
You're correct.
Because it's really, oh, by the way, Vegas Live with Nina on here. We're down here at the Pepper Mill on my red sofa. You like my red sofa?
I do.
This goes with me anywhere I go, so I don't know what's going to happen with the Pepper Mill because I'm taking this with me. But I'm not leaving anyway, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, Gail, you're fascinating. Now, obviously, I met you at the Stirling Club, which is Bruce Merrin's event that he has every 2 weeks, every 2 weeks on a Wednesday afternoon at the Birch, isn't it?
Gordon Birch.
Gordon Birch. We go down there and we meet up there and we have a fabulous time. Of course, you know, he has a speaking bureau. Now, what she does, because now you're all interested in what she does, right? She just does a very simple thing called a puzzle. And this is it. So you can see what it is. Now, you're going to elaborate on what this is. What has made this so popular to you and what you...
Well, I'm known as an International Cruciverbalist, and a cruciverbalist is someone who either writes crosswords or is very good at completing them. So, of course, cruca is the root word for cross, and verbalist is the root word for word bitch.
What word? Oh. I didn't think that was coming out, but it's meant in a different context.
So.
I think. Anyway, so you put, because I've never been that good at puzzles, though games, and when they have these games on television, I'm very good at answering those things.
Like Jeopardy.
The Jeopardy, yeah.
Wheel of Fortune.
I'm pretty cool at that.
While you're not there.
What? No. If I was on, the spot, I wouldn't know what was going on. Like all of us. So what made you go into this?
I'm a spelling fanatic. I would cringe when I'd see in books any spelling errors, and even as a kid.
Did you ever read any of my emails? Though we do have spell check now, so it is the greatest thing that ever happened to me.
Spell check doesn't always work.
No, it doesn't.
Oh.
No, you're right. It does not.
But my first experience writing crosswords was for a cable TV company in Placerville, California.
Okay.
And I wanted the technicians and installers to actually spell cable right on the work orders instead of B-E-L to be B-L-E. So I created a crossword where they had to answer everything correctly, spell everything right, and it was all cable terminology.
Must have loved you. They must have loved you.
Kinda.
Yeah, because if you can't spell right, you kind of get very embarrassed and very sort of like, you know, very stupid, and you know, you feel...
But it enhances their spelling, so that was my point.
So that was your point. Have you ever taught spelling or ever taught English?
No, I actually was helping with my crosswords and word search puzzles for adult literacy when I first began my business in '90. And I had adults that would get little duckies and bunnies on second grade reading level puzzles, and it would be kind of embarrassing. So I made adult-looking puzzles that still had the same reading level.
Yeah, the same concept, but you made it as an adult thing.
Right.
That was a clever idea, because I've often seen a lot of these spelling books and spelling things that to learn how to do certain things, and they still, I don't know if they work or they don't work, I don't know, but they're always kind of related to you being the idiot.
Well, yeah, you don't have to be, though. And the way I use the crosswords and word searches for businesses is it reinforces their message. So a word search puzzle can teach someone new things. You don't even have to know the English language to follow along the letters and realize what those words are and enforce them into your mind. And crosswords, you kind of have to know the answers or have a place to find them. Now, so these are word searches, and this type is crossword.
Yeah. Oh, these are the word searches.
Right.
So what do you mean? Oh, search the word and... Okay, now I do know what this is because I happen to love these.
Good.
These are these words, and you have to find them in here, up there, down there, all sorts of places.
And I get tricky, and you think you have it, and you don't.
Now, do you exactly design this and put this together?
Yes.
Wow, she's brilliant.
And I write them about people and their families.
Maybe I should stop the interview right now. This is getting over and above my head.
I can write one all about you, whether it's a crossword or a word search. It could just be any list of words, phrases, and ideas.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I'm giving you permission right now.
Yes.
You can do that.
Okay.
Now, this is the puzzle one.
These are crossword puzzles.
These are crossword puzzles.
This happens to be a 2-page large print puzzle. This one's called Dogs in Art, and it happened to run in Fetch magazine, which is a client of mine.
Oh,
out
okay.
of
Fetch
Wisconsin.
magazine. Okay. And they actually publish this.
Yes.
And you actually
Well,
write
no, they published the puzzle.
Yeah,
This is a little deal I put together for Sandy Valley. We live in Sandy Valley.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you put this for your
Yes,
isn't
and it
that
promotes
nice?
my husband and myself in our businesses and
Now, your
little stories
husband,
and such.
I wanted to steal her
Couple
husband,
weeks
Mark,
ago.
because he takes care of aches and pains, and I wanted him to come and move in and take care of all my aches and pains. I didn't know he was married, so I didn't know if she was going to talk to me or not, but she's been quite nice
I
to
married
me. So.
well.
Yeah, you married very well. Yeah, you're going to have no aches and pains.
Right.
And he's going to be very intelligent doing all these puzzles.
There you
now,
go.
what's this one?
This is a puzzle book I put together for Las Vegas, and it included some
Las Vegas
local
puzzle book.
photographer photos. So this is the first one that included photos and word search puzzles.
Oh, look at this. This is amazing.
So
Look.
one gal was a city photographer, one was a country photographer, so there's flowers and red rock and those kind of things. And I did a
Nevada.
book that wasn't just casinos. It wasn't just about what you always come to Vegas for.
Well, yeah, because this really means, although it's got Vegas on here, it also means other parts of the world and what other parts are. And
Right, like
other
native
things.
birds that were here. You know, I researched a lot of things, so I do puzzles on different things than most
Now,
people
do
would
you
expect.
ever get, probably not, this is going to be a silly question, but I don't care. Do you ever get stuck on words? Do you ever get, is there any words that come along and you say, well, I've got to go and see how this is spelled correctly?
Oh, definitely, yes, yes.
definitely.
I actually, well, I'll tell you, I was writing medical crosswords for Medical Post in Canada for a long time, lots of years. Every 6 weeks, a new subject. But I actually was writing a custom one for a veterinarian, and there were some similar words, and I put one across as the word that was for the human part of the brain, not the dog, and I had one letter off. Well, when you spell something wrong, it went across, the whole puzzle's wrong. So you learn the hard way. So you definitely check your spelling.
So you can actually probably, now do you write in different languages? Or it can be printed in different languages?
Well, I
of course.
have written in different languages, but I've
put that
had
up
to
and she has.
I've had to trust that the people working with me on the clues are spelling things right.
So you've got to trust them because your name is on it.
Right.
Oh, that would be rather difficult. So you've got to get somebody really. Do you deal with a lot of the colleges and universities at all?
No, not really. I've
should.
written for law
You should.
schools. I've
Yeah.
had different newsletters will ask me to do subject puzzles for them.
Well,
so that's
then.
exciting. Yeah.
Do you find the younger generation are into puzzles now, or is it just more of the older? I know that the seniors are very into puzzles because it gives them something to do.
Well, there's
Younger
different-
generation?
I think so. I think it's never really gone away. There's people that have that affinity for words.
Like
They
it.
really like to do things like that. And it's
Yeah.
also a mind escape. You get into a word search puzzle or a crossword, you're thinking about those words and phrases. That's why it's good for promoting businesses, because people are dwelling on those items in their head.
Okay.
And I must tell you, today is my birthday.
Oh, happy
I'm
birthday!
708 months old, which is surprising because I'm a grandma of 7.
708 months old.
Yes,
No,
yes.
She's not 708 years, although you could be with what you've been doing. So you're very proud of being a grandmother.
Yes,
Grandmother, how many times?
7.
You've got 7 grandchildren.
I have 2 children and 7
We're getting into the
grandkids.
thick of it now.
My children are active.
I didn't say that. I didn't say it.
Oh, they'll love this interview.
But
Sorry.
see, I love her. She's got a great sense of humor. But how many children do you have?
2.
Oh, she only has 2. Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
So how many? Don't worry, my mum had 5. There's 5 of us floating around.
Wow.
So how many in each family?
My son has 4 kids and my daughter has 3.
3.
Yeah,
And she's probably working on the 4th.
probably.
She said they were active, so I don't know. We'll see. Message to all the younger people out there, because I like to help the younger generation. Of how could they get into something like this? Is very different.
Well, you really have to have a love for it, and I really couldn't pass it on to my kids. You have to really want to be able to
You have
teach
to really
people to spell or really care about spelling.
I've never met anybody who does puzzles, but it's funny because puzzles are nearly in every single magazine.
Right.
There's a puzzle, which is, it's a sort of testing your brain after you've read all this garbage, then you come to the puzzle, and you have no idea what any of it means.
Well, I do have some advice.
Okay.
When you're
Advice.
texting, emailing, reread what you write. Say it out loud, because you never know. Autocorrect could be your worst enema.
I got news for you. That has happened to me so many times. I've actually sent it, and I'm looking, I'm thinking, that doesn't make sense. and that's spelt wrong, and this is wrong, and that's because it does. You'll put 2 words and it picks it up. You think you've done
It decides
send
for
it off,
you, yes.
And the embarrassing moment comes back is after you've sent it.
Then you go trying to correct it, right?
So, well, no, then I go back and rewrite it, and I say, well, this is what it actually meant. Feeling really bad. How can people reach you if they want to get, you have a business, obviously.
Yes,
Okay.
customcrosswords.com is my website. I've had it since 1991 and had people say, oh, this internet thing is never really going to fly.
It's flying. It's flying.
It's flying.
So doing very well.
Yes.
How can they pick these up? On Amazon or anywhere? How do they?
Through me right now for the puzzle books at customcrosswords.com.
Okay.
And I'm looking to travel and do more puzzle books of other small towns and cities that want to highlight what they
You're gonna
have, and
take
I
your
can show them
husband
how to
with you
pay
when you
for it.
travel?
I will take my husband with me,
I don't
yes.
blame you. I definitely would because I'm around. He's sitting right here. I'm just teasing. No, I'm just teasing you. She's
Yes,
a lovely
I know.
lady, absolutely fabulous. Don't forget to subscribe. Go to YouTube, subscribe to Vegas Live with Nina, and I will be right back with my next guest. Thank you for tuning in.